Right now, we are less than 24 hours from Election Day. Ohioans across the state will head to the polls to vote on a variety of topics. Two of the biggest hot-button items on the ballot, of course, Issue 1 and Issue 2. We thank you for joining us today for First at 4. I'm Jared Smalley.
And I'm Sierra Johnson in for Jennifer Bullock. NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy joins us live with some reminders from the state's top election official. Natalie.
Well, hundreds of thousands of Ohioans have already made their voices heard in this election. State Issue 1 is a proposed constitutional amendment to allow abortion to the point of fetal viability in Ohio if it passes. State Issue 2 is a proposed law. Its passage would legalize recreational marijuana in the state for adults 21 and over. Early voting wrapped up on Sunday. More than 855,000 Ohioans cast their vote early in this election. That data is still missing weekend numbers from Cuyahoga County, one of the state's largest. But if you still have not cast your ballot, you have all day tomorrow. And if you've not mailed your absentee ballot, you can still do it today, or you'll have to drop it off at your local Board of Elections before polls close at 7:30 tomorrow night. And Secretary of State Frank LaRose says you should make a plan to vote. He says you can know exactly what to expect by going online first.
You can see your sample ballot, so you'll know what's going to be on the ballot. You can find your polling location. You can check what kind of ID you need.
You do need a photo ID to vote under the state's new election laws. Polls open tomorrow morning at 6:30 and again are open until 7:30 p.m. As long as you're in line to vote by 7:30, you will be able to cast your ballot. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.
It may be an off-year election, but with an abortion issue on the ballot, voter turnout tomorrow is expected to be high.
Now, Ohio will be the only state with abortion on the ballot, meaning the nation will have its eyes on our results when they come in tomorrow. And for more insight on Issue 1, we bring in a man who would know these things, NBC national political correspondent Steve Kornacki. Steve, it's a state issue, but how do you think the result in Ohio will affect the strategy in other states?
Yeah, no, it is a state issue. It is one that everyone's watching nationally. The expectation, I should put it this way, the expectation from folks looking in at this nationally is that Issue 1 is likely to pass. That's based on a couple of things, but most notably the polling. I mean, the most recent poll, it's a few weeks old, had a 57% support, only 35% opposition. In terms of the ramifications nationally, what the pro-choice side, what mostly the Democratic side is hoping is that it carries by a very, not just passes, that it passes by a very big margin, and that it becomes sort of a model that can be exported to other states to put on the ballot next year, a presidential election year, with the idea of putting it on the ballot in some key presidential swing states, a place like, say, Arizona. And the idea there would be, hey, if it proves to be popular in Ohio, you know, it's a generally red state, not extremely red, but if it proves to be popular in Ohio, it could be even more popular in a swing state, and Democrats hope that would increase perhaps turnout, that would get more Democratic voters out, that might get people out to vote, you know, for the initiative and then vote Democratic while they're at it. Conversely, if this were to fail, it would be a surprise, I think, certainly nationally. But if it were to fail, it would be the first referendum, the first initiative like this since that Supreme Court decision to take down Roe v. Wade that failed. And I think it would be a big surprise. And I think it would cause a real rethinking, reconsideration of the politics of abortion in the wake of that Supreme Court decision.
Yeah, some interesting points there, Steve. Let's talk a little bit about that messaging that surrounds Issue 1. There's been significant out-of-state financial influence on the ad campaigns. Why do you think there's been really so much interest outside of Ohio on this issue?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the pro-choice side. It's simply been since the Roe v. Wade came down. They feel that politically they have the momentum. I'll give you an example here. Here are 3 states since Roe v. Wade was struck down. 3 states that had ballot initiatives to put the right to abortion in their state constitution. Now, two of them are deeply blue states, Vermont and California. It's no surprise, passed overwhelmingly in those states. But, look at Michigan. Michigan, a politically competitive state, and what was on the ballot in Michigan was almost identical to what's on the ballot in Ohio. It's putting the right to abortion in the state constitution, but also adding a provision that there can be restrictions after the point of fetal viability, about 24 weeks. And you see that passed pretty overwhelmingly, 14-point margin in Michigan, too. So, for the pro-choice side, they feel they have momentum. Pro-life side has yet to notch a victory in one of these statewide post-Roe initiatives. So certainly they would love to get a victory in a big state like Ohio. And like I said, if they were to do that, given what's happened since Roe v. Wade was taken down, I think the conversation would change nationally about how folks are processing the post-Roe landscape.
All right, so that is our breakdown of issue 1. Coming up ahead on NBC4 at 5, we're going to break down issue 2, and Steve Kornacki will rejoin us for that. Thank you, Steve.
You got it.